Back to another podcast, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, maybe your pet dog or cat. This is No Sugar, No Cream podcast, and we're live at once again at an undisclosed location. Maybe in Mexico, ocean, somewhere near Mexico, maybe somewhere near California. Who knows? Maybe we got a little crazy in Alaska. No, we didn't get that crazy. It's too cold for that. I am here once again with my as you can see, we're very festive for Christmas. I'm going to take these off because they look ridiculous. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. I'm glad to be here.
To our podcast. Yes, we are once again on the ocean. We're on another cruise here. We're doing a little back-to-back cruising for a little bit of a early Christmas gift to ourselves. It's called self-love. and yeah, we've had some good times so far, some good laughs and such. And oh, by the way, Dingle got on to me for us not reading comments. I'm like, I'm not even sure if we can see all the comments on here, but he had commented a few different things. He was watching us last week, and he was correcting us on our of course, what was he correcting us on? Cruise stuff.
We were like, okay, now the chat is open, but I don't know. See, we're going live on a number of channels, and I don't know if they all show up.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
The chat is open now.
But hey, little no sugar, no cream here.
Sugar, no cream.
We got the coffee.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Got my shirt on. No sponsor. A little custom shirt.
So yeah, today and I think we still are in Ensenada, Mexico, which is kind of a tourist area, I guess. They do have a drag, kind of a business drag, and they're trying to get you to go in and buy stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was that.
Or to sell, their partiers with shots, and I mean they're pretty aggressive on the streets.
Yeah,
but never feeling unsafe. At least I didn't.
Good. Not like I mean I was Jamaica. Once you say no, they'll say
and Cuba,
F you.
Cuba. I gotta say, I felt uncomfortable in Cuba.
Oh yeah. Well, that whole trip was pretty nervous for you. A little nerve-wracking.
It was because I thought that I've heard stories of them, because technically the visit to Cuba, at least had been, I don't know what it is now with the current administration, had been difficult.
Tim allegedly went to Cuba and allegedly was all right. Had a good time.
And you're only supposed to go, there's only 12 approved ways, like visiting family, educational, and to do that you're supposed to be part of a group and do educational things, like present lecture or something. I mean, it's loosely, and then there's for the benefit of the Cuban people, which is what I chose.
So Tim broke all the rules.
You're spending money. You're supposed to stay at non-state owned businesses, and they do have privately.
Right, and you did a good job of that.
And so I did. I stayed at an Airbnb, and it was a beautiful Airbnb. It was U.S. class. It wasn't inferior, but you can see that the people live incredible power. In fact, my hostess, wonderful young lady, spoke excellent English. She has because you can go to school for free. It's a socialistic country, and so schooling is free. She got a law degree, but she acts as a hostess for Airbnb because she said if she practiced law, the salary would be an equivalent of $20, not a week, not a day, a month. $20 a month salary, and she makes probably 100 times that being an Airbnb hostess. I don't know how much she makes. I mean, it wasn't cheap. I think it was $150 a night or $130 a night. It's a beautiful place, but wasn't cheap. It was like probably cheap compared to say New York City. Maybe I was in Havana. Anyhow, but there were a couple of times where I felt panhandling got pretty aggressive. When you ignore them, one guy started swearing at me in English. Every bad word you could call someone. in English.
These parties go to speak Japanese. No. Why would you think? I need to try to find some of his merchandise, his clothing.
Bobby Finn, big Bobby Finn fans. And now, so one of my favorite clip of his is where he's trying to explain penalties on the line of scrimmage of football. Offsides. No, why would you think?
Which that comes up every time I watch a football now.
Yeah, offsides, false start, which one encroachment, and then the fourth one. And I listen very carefully when they say. And they normally say offside. They usually say offsides, the referee says. I don't know, does the referees actually delineate that precisely? I'm not sure. Because the penalties are the same. It's 5 yards. Whether it's offsides or false start, it's 5 yards.
It says offsides from the start.
And the game we watched last night, which was an amazing game, where it was overtime, and then the Eagles was going to score, and the San Diego well, they're not San Diego anymore. I keep saying San Diego. It's L.A. Chargers. L.A. Chargers got an interception probably on the 1 yard line, and that ended the overtime.
Amazing.
It took two guys. One guy tipped it, and then the other defensive back caught it.
And we watched it back, and like I was telling you last night, the quarterback, I would even blame too much of it on the quarterback because the player. So there was a player in front of him, and then the player he was throwing to was further back. The defensive guy behind the guy in front of him was right behind him, so he really couldn't see him. And that was the one that read it real well and first tipped it. And then the other defensive guy that was guarding that guy, he then had to jump the other way and catch it.
Do the defensive backs practice that, I wonder, because that's receiving, catching balls.
As much as you can, to extent. The craziest thing I have heard of them practicing, like in high school, even practicing, where you go to catch the ball and they hit you in the air. Like they tackle you in the air for practice so you don't lose the ball in the air. That just seems crazy. It was like,
offensive backs are practicing trying to keep the ball.
Or quarter receivers. But yeah, you definitely everybody is probably practicing more and more to not fumble the ball. There was still several those guys.
And the Chargers guy was sacked 7 times at least. Maybe it was more. It was 7, and maybe it was more.
Yeah, and he was injured.
And he was injured. He had surgery on his hand a week before.
You could see it too. It had all this wrapping on it, and it wasn't his throwing hand, but still, that's vitally important. I mean, he's probably in pain the whole time for one thing, and then gets sacked, 7 times. Crazy. Was it amazing? Yeah.
Well, I can't see the comments, Dan. If you're watching, I can't. The comments just a circle. So I'm sorry, sir, if we cannot see. Oh, nothing. See that circle? I'm out for comments. So
I'm gonna try. Well, I'm gonna let you chat about. I'm gonna look it up on Facebook here, and I'll let you talk about something very exciting happened this week.
Absolutely. So I have 7 Christmas songs now, and some of them I've released in previous years. 4 of them are released this year. One of them isn't even out yet. So Joy to the World instrumental isn't even out yet. It'll be out end of this week. 2 days. So the middle of this week, actually. I think it's 2 days. Anyway, it'll be out this week. And so I have a whole bunch of clips. I have 65 clips of Christmas songs. And clips mean vertical clips. 1 minute or less. 15, probably the shortest of them is like 8 seconds to 9 seconds. And I'm showing them on Instagram Reels, and Stories, and Facebook Reels, and I have 2 YouTube channels, Tim Wolf and Tim Wolf Shorts and TikTok. And I've been posting them 2 a day. And on Instagram, I was hoping that Mistletoe Ready, because Mistletoe Ready went viral for me last year, and it's now up to 195,000 views. The line, the reindeer man will have to wait, that seemed to make people either they took it very quite negatively or quite positively. Had a lot of comments, and it's got 195,000 views. I reposted that and was hoping that would again go viral, but it's like in a few thousand, which isn't bad, but it's not over 100,000. But another song, a clip from another song that just came out this year that I wrote with my buddy Mike Markham. It's called "Please Come Home for Christmas," and it's a sad song. And I debated whether or not to even put it out because it's about people. Because not everybody's happy at Christmas. You know, if you're missing family or if you're alone, say you're old and your family has all abandoned you, which there are people. People who work in nursing say that there are people that live there or assisted living that nobody visits them, nobody calls, nobody visits, you know, and that's so tragic and sad. And also missing people that have passed. So this song is aimed at "Please Come Home for Christmas." It's aimed at missing loved ones at Christmas, whether they're still alive and just don't come see you, or aimed at come home.
My bad. That wasn't me.
And so "Please Come Home for Christmas," and it is a sad song, I know it. And actually, when I sent it to my producer, my engineer, and I said, "This is a sad song," I sent him the stems to mix, and he says, "I don't want to be sad at Christmas." And I asked him, I said, "Are you declining the job?" And he said, "No, I was trying to make a joke, but it didn't land." Text. So he did a fine job. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing it up is that one clip of the first chorus has gone viral for me. It's up to 154,000 views on Instagram, and one of my heroes,
Drum roll, please.
John Mayer,
verified
blue check mark, million plus followers, Instagram page, liked the video, and then
liked.
And so when he does that, if you follow him and you go to the video, it'll say John Mayer and how many ever thousand there are, but it lists him as why Instagram does it. Probably he's the person who's liked it, who has the most followers. I suppose.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, so and people.
This is officially important. John Mayer liked it.
So people have commented on that, and I still think I'm numb to it. I don't know that I can imagine John Mayer actually being aware of Tim Wolf as an artist. I'm a huge fan. In fact, a lot of my website, I think, where I talk about influences, John Mayer is definitely an influence. Because, in fact, he is kind of my model because he's a phenomenal songwriter and a phenomenal guitar player. And I would like to be a phenomenal songwriter and a really good guitar player. And there aren't very many. Usually, guitar players that are not great songwriters. I mean, like some of the people, Eric Clapton from his early stuff, he's done stuff that is amazing, but he's really not known for his songwriting. He has written some songs, but he had help. And he, Tears from Heaven, but he had somebody wrote with him. But most of his hits were written by someone else. Change the World was written by a group of national artists. He didn't even have a hand in writing that. And then he's done many, 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 many covers, like After Midnight. How about I Shot the Sheriff? He didn't write any of those, so he's not known for writing. Stevie Ray Vaughan is another one. He wrote some of his songs, but most of it was covered. And these are some.
This is low battery.
Not a good thing.
One little pause, guys. We're doing here. Thanks for anybody watching us live. Appreciate that. Got a number of people in here watching us live. Feel free to ask us any questions. That's something we haven't done that we'd like to do. Somebody's saying there's 8 inches. Whew. Yeah, Timmy is saying 8 inches of snow, 16 miles per wind.
Where?
Timmy, where are you?
Where? 16 inches of snow where? Where is that?
Yeah, I don't know. They just said
we are
nowhere else.
Where we're at. We're down off of Mexico, Baja California on a cruise ship. We're not anywhere near 6 inches of snow. So
yes, that's true.
I fixed it.
Fixed it. There we go.
Yeah, so John Mayer. I mean, he just liked our podcast. No, I'm kidding.
No, I was going to joke that that I don't even want to think about all the ways that you thought he accidentally clicked on your podcast. He was drinking his coffee and it spilled.
Yeah, so I mean, did he really mean to like the video? I mean, he's
really.
I think he's won like a dozen Grammy Awards. I mean, just amazing.
Great humor.
Yes.
He did some funny things with back in the day, like Rob the Big Guy, Bob Deardack and stuff. They were friends and did goofy things. His sense of humor really comes through. He's kind of a Ryan Reynolds kind of guy, but for music.
Yeah,
dated beautiful women, and man, can't. Daughters, a beautiful song. Someone like him, which is funny. That's why he came. Who do you think who do you think I am, or whatever that song, that album he came with afterwards, just because everybody quickly put him in a box after Daughters. I mean, well, you can't help though too, because it's a huge song. And it is a slower song, but he is a rocker.
He was a Stevie Ray Vaughan acolyte. He loved Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I do too. And was learned to play guitar like Stevie Ray Vaughan when he was a teenager, even preteen, growing up in Connecticut. I think he lived in his room and spent a lot of time with Jake and got really good. And then somehow when he came out around 1918, his first album had almost no guitar playing on it. It was all of these ballads, like romantic ballads, or not ballads, but romantic songs, or and most of his fan base were women. I line around to the halls of my high school. I don't remember the name of that.
Top of my lungs, yeah.
Scream at the top of my lungs. Yeah. There's no guitar playing that. And so my buddy Jimmy tells a story. He was dating a girl before he got married. It's not his current wife, but so he really tamped down his guitar prowess. He didn't even know how to play it. And then until he came out he got together with Pino Palladino and drummer, I can't remember his name. Amazing musicians. I don't remember, but a drummer and a bass player. And he came out with an album called the John Mayer Trio. And when that album came out, my buddy Jimmy, he was dating, and his girlfriend wanted to go see John Mayer. And so he got tickets to John Mayer, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm not going to enjoy this. It's going to be all these sappy romantic songs, but I'll go because she wants to go." What I didn't realize, it was the tour for the John Mayer Trio. And he's a blues guitarist, phenomenal guitar. And also Stevie Ray Vaughan, huge fan. And he gets there, and he thought he was going to be disappointed, and she was going to be happy. The opposite happened.
I'm about to say, I want to hear Daughters.
Yeah, and he's doing all this rocking out. He did a live album from that tour. Amazing album. One of them, Who Do You Think I Am? Or Who Do You Think
Something like that, yeah.
That was live. I think that the version that was released was
speaking.
Yeah. And so it's a radical departure from what he had been doing before. I love it, doing both. So I put him way up there. And the fact that he even, at least for a moment, I'm sure he's forgotten who Tim Wolf is now.
I love an artist where
I liked the video. Oh, I did. I liked the video. Who's that guy?
I love an artist that where, like, depending on whatever mood I'm at, I can play a song that they've done that all kinds. I don't care if they play all kinds of genres. I don't play some classical for all I care. Like, especially when I love somebody, I like everything they do, and if I'm in this mood, I can listen to this song, and this will be completely different than this song, and I can listen to that song. Now,
yeah, I agree with you, and that's me. I mean, I have some. I'd like to think my genre is fairly wide. I mean, I've done some pretty broad things, genre-wide. I even had. I remember. Here's one example. Early on in my journey. It would have been 2017. Remember, it was 2017 because that's the year I moved to Nashville. But before I moved to Nashville, I went to an event in California, a taxi rally, road rally, and I was able to sit in front of a part of your ticket. You get to sign up and have 15 minutes with a music professional. And I signed up with this particular guy. I can't remember his name, but I've got it in my journal, I'm sure. And he's a manager, music managers, manages and artists. And you can have 15 minutes of his time. And you bring your songs and whatever you want to do those 15 minutes. And you can bring songs and he'll listen to them. And I brought 3 songs. Typically, you got through about 3 songs. I brought 3 songs. And I remember he said that he can't believe the same guy, the guy that wrote the first 2 also wrote the last one. These don't even seem like the same guy. So even then, that was 2017. I was getting that my range was wide. You know, he didn't like the songs; they weren't any good in his mind. But at least he was saying that the range was wide. So I'm not one to be limited to a very specific box, I guess. That would be something that is important to me. Versus a friend of mine was getting advice, and she was told by her management that her genre was too wide. Neo soul is what she does, and he told her to take down songs off Spotify that didn't fit this narrow definition. And she was taking songs down that had gotten some streams. They didn't fit the narrow definition. I think that's bad advice, me personally.
Yeah.
Like you just said, John Mayer, you like his breadth of material.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How you feel like you can throw something on. I mean, of course, grab it, slow things down a little bit. Then he'll rock out like crazy. But I don't. Yeah, I don't even know if I've watched the entire trio. I mean,
Probably not your thing.
Music. Yeah, I like the rock stuff, but yeah, maybe I do lean toward more of the soulful stuff in a way. But I love watch rock. I like just like we saw that little duo, the couple. There, I mean, like I love some rocking out.
Teenage couple.
Yeah, which I wondered if they were together. They kind of just, I was looking at Jake and
Somebody.
Shelby and Jake and Shelby. Beautiful voices, talented guitarists, and they were rocking out for a little bit. And young, starting real young and be able to grow.
Teenagers. Yeah,
still teenagers.
Don't they have 1 million followers?
Yeah. I think they're closing in on 1 million. If they're not on 1 million yet, on TikTok. And then, but
Shelby and Jake or Jake and Shelby?
I think it's Jake and Shelby.
Because the man has to be always mentioned first.
I think it just the way it rolls.
I'm completely
Sure.
kidding. Don't send us emails. Yeah, Shelby and Jake kind of doesn't.
I think we did the same thing with our names, right? Seth and Tim.
Seth and Tim is the way I posted.
Seth and Tim. Tim and
Seth it's kind of.
Yes, some are more like. There's no other way you would imagine it rolling out of your. But yeah, I do like some good rock, mixture. Now, I can't like headbang an entire not implying that rock and roll is just headbang music, but like I don't know. I just don't. I mean, like you, I don't like my ears being blown out, but which is gonna happen a lot of times. And going to concerts, really, the music is so loud. But nice thing about going to like a big festival, you can go further back from the speakers. But which there's a few different artists that playing at Coachella, no, not Coachella, at the big festival this summer. Bonnaroo. Yeah,
an hour from Nashville.
Yeah, I feel like I want to go VIP if I go. It's definitely a lot of fun. Going to you've done it twice.
I've been there twice. Yeah. We saw Post Malone. You
Post Malone broke my heart.
I was being sarcastic. I'm blown away by Post Malone. You want to talk about that? We probably talked about it in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. He just it was like he was hired something and it was just like, yeah, this is awesome. He just said this is effing awesome over and over again and never got into like
And
talking about his music or nothing.
there was nobody on stage but him.
Yeah.
Huge stage. I mean, you can imagine. I mean, the number of people there, half a million maybe. 400,000. Huge stage. It was the number one stage, biggest stage, and he's the only one on that stage. I mean, you could probably have 100 people on that stage, huge stage, and he's walking back and forth on the stage. Try it again now.
Check, check, check. Yes.
I think it should be good now.
Check, check, check.
And technical difficulties of being on here.
Try it again now. Check, there we go.
Check. Okay. Woo!
All right, sorry about that, guys.
I think it should be good now.
Check, check, check.
And technical difficulties of being on here.
Try it again now. Not as bad as an issue for I mean, most
Okay.
people watch ours with videos, so I feel bad for the people like on Spotify and like because there will be like so less than 30 seconds. So it'll be a little bit there. There we go. We survived.
Remote. We're doing the podcast
I know,
remotely,
it's amazing.
guys.
Guys, we're in the middle. We're in the ocean.
Yeah.
Doing this is amazing.
I knocked down the interface, so it's on me. I straightened out my leg and it knocked it down and disconnected it. So
is that gonna be okay there, or should we pull its head a little bit?
pull that head a little bit. I mean, last time I didn't plug in my computer because it was fully charged.
Yeah, you thought you were good to go.
And I thought it was good to go. And
like
apparently, when you're using an external interface, it drains the power. And so this time I got it all plugged in, charging up and everything. But don't kick the interface off the table.
That makes me think like you think you're prepared for everything, and then or things just don't go out like you want. I was watching, like that just reminds me perfectly of a YouTube video I was watching where they're well known for doing like adventures around the world and going to places a lot of people haven't gone and stuff. And they have this plan to go to this island that has most people have left it, but it has an active volcano on it. And I can't remember the name of the island, but it was put out. It's the newest video is put out by Yes Theory, and they are going to the island, and it takes like 12 hours to get there, which is crazy on this like little boat that probably should only fit 5 people, and there's like 8 people, and they're like basically just like one little seat for 12 hours, like. So much worse than an airplane flight looks like. So much worse. Like bumps like 12 hours. But anyways, they think they have, you think you have it all planned out for how your vehicle works and eats up gas, and you should have plenty of gas. They did not have enough gas to get all the way there. And they thought they had enough gas to get there and back, I guess. but it had burned up so much more gas than they thought it would have.
On the boat? This is by boat.
On a boat, yeah. It was like, man, you got to have that planned
So what
out.
happened?
So they had to have somebody come deliver them. Luckily, they were close to one island. They were able to go there and sleep for the night, but they were just kind of like on rocks. And technically, they're not even supposed to be on the island, but for emergencies, you could. It's like a protected bird sanctuary or something island. So they stay there. Some people just sleep on the boat, and then the next, oh my gosh, it's the next day or the day after. I think it ended up being just one night they were there, and yeah, it was just one night they were there, and oh, but they hadn't got gas yet. They still had enough gas to go to yet another island, and that island, one of the people that was with them used to live on that island, so he knew that island real well. So they were able to camp out on that island okay. In fact, one of the guys that was there was this Russian guy that was there. He was supposed to help keep them alive or whatever. He had literally everything to do. They were able to like watch a movie. He had everything they needed, and he threw a movie on his own screen or whatever, which was up for that night. And then they went to trying to catch pigs. They ended up catching lobster. Didn't catch a pig that night, but they were on that island for one more night. So they spent one island basically on these rock cliff where like these big lobsters were like crawling up and stuff. And then they went to this other island, and that was more well known. Then the gas came that next morning, and they were able to just continue there and go to the island they wanted to. And it's one guy living on there by himself, and another guy that was just there temporarily to help out, trying to, I think, work on a project.
Where is this? In the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean?
Somewhere, I think Bahamas area and stuff. Yeah, it's like oh, I think it's close to like in the area. No, maybe one of the islands where the Japanese had taken over, I think, and where we came and take it back. We took it from them, and because they met a guy on one of the islands that had written a book about it. So one of those islands where it was like
Guam.
It might have been Guam, but then there's all these other little islands around there. Who's this crazy guy talking nonsense?
I'm just making sure the sound is still coming through.
No, it's great.
Just making sure.
No, it's good. It's good.
Just making sure.
But yeah, it's interesting. I'm so bad with names and stuff like that, but it was. But anyways, I was just making that reference to like, you think you're prepared, and yet the simplest thing you fail on, you lose the gas.
Well, you know the Mike Tyson quote. Everybody's got a plan till you get hit in the mouth.
Yeah, it was like you never know what it's gonna feel like to get hit. Like, I mean, especially if you never got hit in the face, oh my goodness. I mean, they practice all that thing. That's something exciting about Jake Paul is, he was just a crazy prankster YouTuber guy from Ohio that went to Hollywood and drove all his neighbors crazy and stuff, and now became a professional. Really turned around his life as far as just maturity. Still a goofy guy, of course, him and his brother both, but become a professional boxing is helped bring up boxing, really. And now the dude is about to box the biggest boxing fight of his life, a professional heavyweighter. He's going to come in at like 220. The heavyweight guy is going to be boxing at like 250. And he is a professional, like hardcore. Yeah. So like the favor is not in Jake's, but I mean, he's practicing. He's practicing with really big guys too. In fact, there was some streamers that went to go visit him, and he had a black eye from fighting somebody that, a big guy, which is, I mean, it's not a big deal to get a black eye. Especially you get.
Well, he did have one that got canceled, right? He had
one guy canceled because
he had an injury or something.
This is one you hate to see. I don't know about injury, but there was one where the last one was he was like beating on his girl. He was like chasing her down and got arrested. Dude was just
He was just practicing.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a joke. A bad joke. Bad joke. I take that back.
He was practicing on his girlfriend. The thing said by
I need to stop looking. There's the camera.
The thing said by
that was a joke. A joke.
The thing said by Tim Wolf. Do not properly always agree with that of No Sugar No Cream Incorporated.
Not sponsored.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I was like,
so yesterday we got off at the island Catalina, and nobody told me that we were back in the U.S. Catalina is part of California.
Oh, really?
It's a U.S. island.
Yeah, we're in the.
And I got off there.
Yeah.
Did you know that was a U.S. island?
I think I might have had to ask Dangle about that, but yeah.
I got off and I'm like, man, all the signs are in English. They're really catering to Americans here.
That's
it eventually dawned on me when there was a shrine, or not a shrine, but a what would you call it, a memorial for soldiers that died serving the U.S. Armed Forces, and they had the VFW branch of Avalon, and I'm like, Avalon is a town, and I'm like, okay, this is probably America. And I looked up, and sure enough, it's an island. It's the southernmost island of California. It's in the state of California, and it's served by Los Angeles County, is it? Yeah, it's part of California. Beautiful island. I loved it.
That's cool.
Have you ever been to Catalina?
No, I don't think so. I think one time, yeah, Tim and I are in different cruises.
I've already made an appointment. I already made an appointment to see a realtor because I'm going to be moving.
Of course. Great, what a great idea, Tim. You've never had this idea ever. This is the token thing. This is kind of a standing joke.
I want to move there.
Every island that looks pretty nice, Tim's like, I'm gonna buy a place here. So it's always a good time when Tim says that, because that means he's having a good time. He likes the island. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that was enjoyable. Now we're in Ensenada, which is very
on a
Mexican.
4-day cruise.
Back to very Mexican, and they're trying to sell you stuff and trinkets, and or get you to come in and drink a beer, and
which is a little bit of the fun. Me and Daniel had I was kind of curious if I could find a place to play poker. It would be fun, and we ended up these two random guys that were trying to sell us something, but then we're trying to basically turn into our guides, and they walked with us for like a half an hour plus. I'm like, well, I guess I'll give these guys a couple bucks. It's kind of funny that, I mean, they're being really friendly. I mean, I didn't have to give them anything, but they literally took us all away. It was the casino. I mean, the poker wasn't playing, but like, in fact, nobody really seemed to want to help us. It seemed like it was completely like Mexican, because that was when we were doing the overnight thing. So really, a lot of these places are only used to seeing white people during the day, because they just come during the day and then they leave. Now the crazy, now that I'm thinking of like places that really didn't like having like tourists, Australia. There's an island we went to in Australia that like we went to this one restaurant to try to get some food, to Cokes, and I was trying to like point at this, and the lady just shook her head at me no the whole time, like it didn't seem like she wanted to serve me at all.
Australia, they speak English.
It was a separate island. It was a separate island where I don't know if they spoke, or she was pretending not to. But no, we went to an island because we went to New Zealand. We went a number of different islands, but we went to. But yeah, I don't think. This island was like completely different than. And in fact, they had a big parade, or they were having a parade for something about something they were upset with. But it was, I have to ask my parents about that.
Well, Australia was colonized by criminals. They were sent from
right.
England.
Yeah. I don't know the history too well, but
and some of them were trumped up.
Yeah, it used to be they put the criminals there, right?
Yeah. It was just a penal colony, and there was a boat when we. Well, it was actually New Zealand. It was in New Zealand. We got off at a port, and they had this old boat hull that dated from like 1850, and it was still the hull of the boat, and you could go inside, and it was a great experience. It was a dry dock, obviously, and you could go down the bottom, and you kind of get a picture of how they lived. And it was originally a ship that left England with a bunch of criminals, and there was a list of one time, maybe the first time they came, and everybody that was on the list of prisoners, and we were reading it, and it was hilarious. I mean, it wasn't hilarious for them. You get removed from your family, and you get sailed around halfway around the world, but some of their crimes, I kid you not, I think I took a picture of this. I have a picture I can show you. One of the guy's crimes, he was sentenced to 3 years for stealing a pair of pants. So, I mean, I don't know what else is there to it, but somebody told me after that a lot of these were trumped up charges. And I don't know the whole history of it, but I mean, you get sent halfway around the world and to live in a penal colony because you stole a pair of pants. Must be pretty valuable pants.
Must have been, name brand for sure.
The 19th century version of what is the popular brand now? I don't even know.
Yeah, I guess I don't even know. And here's our guest appearance.
Yes, here he is.
Mr. Cruz himself. What's the word, brother? What's the word? Would you like to come join us for a minute?
And just stick your head in at least?
Sit here on the end and chat with us a little? Give us the lowdown?
This is Seth's brother, Daniel.
He's a professional
cruiser.
Pick honor of me.
Not sponsored by No Sugar.
Yeah, you like that?
Not sponsored.
No sugar, no cream, and then like the little tagline, not sponsored. We don't have any sponsors.
Because we would talk about brand name things.
Yeah.
And then Seth would go,
and then I'd whisper it, not sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Like Carnival. We're on Carnival Cruise. Not sponsored.
We advertise for them all the time.
Well, you want to at least stick your face in here? Or maybe not? You want to be shy? You've been on our podcast before.
I just like to be the mysterious face.
Mysterious guy.
Is the hot tub still full of kids?
I just got on the ship.
So Daniel loves to be do hot tubbing.
Both of us do.
But on this cruise, there's a bunch of kids, like probably 5, 6, 7. How old are they roughly?
I'm sorry, Tim, did you say
sure.
6, 7?
He did, in fact, say 6, 7. I heard it.
That'll be okay. We are ending the podcast now.
So you can
how long?
The crap out of me.
6 to 7 minutes.
That's my brother. Yeah, it will end up being not fun in the hot tub because you'll have kids splashing around. That's why I got out yesterday. And
then they bring goggles.
Daniel sent me but that was that was before yesterday. That was the day before yesterday. Daniel, I had just left. I think it was when to take a nap or something, right? And Daniel sent me a video. He was wanting me to come back and scare off the kids, but you just see like 5 kids with goggles behind him, and Daniel just going. It just summed it all up. Because kids like to play on the goggles and play on hot tubs. But then again, it was like, if I'm a kid, I'd probably be doing the same thing because it's so cold. It's like too cold to get in the pool. Which is there anybody in the pool, bro? Is it warm enough for people to get in the pool?
I don't know. I just came from outside.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, we're about to wrap the podcast up now. It's a good time. We're about at that mark, huh? We get to end it this time. We didn't lose power.
Yeah, if you watched our last one, our apologies. We suddenly cut, but I think it went on for a while with just black screen. And if you continue to watch, hoping that we'd be on, our apologies to you. We did not purposely mean to mislead you. But this one, we will properly end it when we are done. We will tell you we're done.
That was beautiful, Tim. That was beautiful. Inspired.
I took Toastmasters.
What's Toastmaster? I think Toastmaster.
Toastmasters, I think they probably still
Describing your
exist, but
breakfast?
it's a group that gets together and you're practicing public speaking.
Oh, beautiful.
Toastmasters. It
Yeah,
was a
sure.
great, organization. I'm assuming they still exist. And people get together. They have meetings like once a month or once every 2 weeks. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And you go and people, not everybody gives a presentation each time, but one person will get out and give a presentation, and the other folks will critique and give them pointers how they can get better. And I think there was literature on how to write a great presentation. What is your goal? Or that sort of thing. So
Well, my first thought on public speaking is throw up before you speak. Get it out of the way, because you don't want to throw up dirt while you speak. Or after.
that would not be good.
That would not be throw up before you speak. And that ties it up for No Sugar, No Cream today. If mom asks what you learned today, just throw up before you speak on stage. Or, maybe props to everybody that is good at speaking. It is what we consider next, like, one of the scariest things to do. People have more of a fear of public speaking than death. I've heard before, right? Or
could be.
I
Could be.
don't know.
Could be.
Statistics aren't my thing. I make them up as I go. Fact check me. Guys, thanks for watching the podcast. We'll see you next time. Feel free to follow us on Instagram. Most of you guys are listed on, of course, on Facebook. Feel free to share the podcast. And Tim's about to end me. I can see it now in my future.